What's up, everyone? Chris Mack here, and welcome to another episode of Deep Dives. Would it surprise you to learn that the original Captain Marvel isn't a Marvel character at all? From atop of the Rock of Eternity, we're flying straight into the history of a child chosen by gods. A hero who rivaled Superman, Shazam, the hero once known as Captain Marvel. And of course, a big shout out to our resident comic historian, Supertron, for powering this one up with all the golden age to modern day lore. Today, audiences know Shazam as a cornerstone of the DC universe, fighting alongside Superman and the world's greatest icons. But his story didn't start at DC. In 1939, readers met Billy Batson, a struggling orphan surviving as a newsboy on the streets. Chosen by ancient magic, Billy was granted the power to transform into Earth's mightiest mortal, Captain Marvel. Created by artist C.C. Beck and writer Bill Parker for Fawcett Comics, Captain Marvel was designed to rival Superman, whose debut in 1938 had kicked off the golden age of superheroes. C.C. Beck and Bill Parker had originally envisioned a superhero team, with each of the 6 members having a special ability taken from a hero from the distant past. They later reworked the idea into a single hero, combining 6 legendary powers, and the character unofficially debuted as Captain Thunder in Flash Comics #1 and Thrill Comics #1. Unable to trademark the names, the hero was reworked into Captain Marvel, officially debuting in Whiz Comics #2. His look was inspired by heavyweight boxing champion Jack Dempsey and actor Fred McMurray. His powers came straight from myth itself: the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. Together, they formed the magic word Shazam. What set him apart was more than just magic. Billy wasn't a sidekick like Robin or Bucky. He was a child given the chance to stand as a champion in his own right, proving that even the most powerless among us could be chosen to carry unimaginable power. Billy's first adventure came in Whiz Comics #2 from February of 1940. One night in New York City, later retconned as Fawcett City, Billy is approached by a mysterious figure in a trench coat who leads him into a forgotten subway tunnel. There, a ghostly train carries him to a hidden temple, the Rock of Eternity. Inside waits the ancient wizard Shazam, who reveals he's been watching Billy and has chosen him to stand as a champion of good against evil. Billy speaks the magic word Shazam, transforming into the hero Captain Marvel. Having passed on his power, the wizard fades, but his spirit endures, guiding Billy when needed. That debut didn't just introduce Billy and his mystical mentor. It also gave readers his first great nemesis, the mad scientist Dr. Sivana. Like many Golden Age heroes, Captain Marvel didn't stay solo for long. First came Freddie Freeman, a handicapped newsboy who borrowed a portion of Marvel's power to become Captain Marvel Jr. Then Billy discovered his long-lost sister, Billy Batson, who was granted powers by Shazam to become Mary Marvel. Alongside their lovable con artist, Uncle Dudley, they became the Marvel family. And it didn't stop there. The roster grew to include Fat Marvel, Tall Marvel, Hillbilly Marvel, and even Hoppy the Marvel Bunny. Rounding out their circle was Mr. Tawny, an anthropomorphic talking tiger who became one of their closest allies. The Marvel family clashed with villains like Dr. Sivana and Captain Nazi, but their most dangerous foe was Black Adam, the Wizard's original champion turned evil. Black Adam would become Captain Marvel's deadliest rival, a feud that continues to this day. By the early 1940s, Captain Marvel wasn't just big. He was the superhero of the decade, even outselling Superman at the newsstands. That popularity led to history. In 1941, he became the first comic book superhero adapted to film. Republic Pictures released The Adventures of Captain Marvel, starring Tom Taylor as Captain Marvel and Frank Coughlin Jr. as Billy Batson. But that success came with a price. At the height of Marvel's popularity, DC filed a lawsuit claiming Captain Marvel was too similar to Superman. After a 14-year legal battle, Fawcett threw in the towel, ending publication of Captain Marvel comics in 1953. Ironically, the very company that ended Captain Marvel's run would be the one to bring him back. When superhero comics resurged in popularity, Fawcett licensed Captain Marvel to DC. He officially returned in 1973, but not to the main DC universe. Instead, he was placed on Earth S, a separate world where Billy, Mary, Freddy, and Dudley awoke 20 years in the future after being trapped in suspended animation by one of Sivana's failed schemes. By that time, Marvel Comics had already claimed Captain Marvel as a trademark, so writer Elliot S. Maggin experimented with reviving the hero under his old working Captain Thunder. In Superman 276 from 1974, Maggin introduced Willie Fawcett, a boy granted powers by an Indian shaman on Earth 276. Captain Thunder was more of an homage than a replacement, and once DC secured full rights to the Fawcett characters, the idea was quietly shelved. DC instead published the new series under the name Shazam. Carmine Infantino initially subtitled the book The Original Captain Marvel, but a cease and desist from Marvel forced a change to the world's mightiest mortal. On Earth S, the Marvel family adjusted to their new era, facing old enemies and new threats, none greater than Black Adam, whose rivalry would span decades. Soon, Captain Marvel and the rest of the Marvel family would be part of several multiverse crossovers, encountering heroes from both Earth 1 and Earth 2. In 1984, as DC was laying out the roadmap for Crisis on Infinite Earths, writer Roy Thomas pitched a new take on Captain Thunder, envisioned as Captain Marvel's Earth 1 counterpart. Elements of that proposal may have later influenced Billy Batson's updated origin in Shazam: A New Beginning. By 1985, Crisis destroyed Earth S, folding the Marvel family into the main DC universe. By 1991, DC had acquired full rights, ensuring that Shazam and his allies would continue their adventures for generations to come. After joining the main DC universe, Shazam and the Marvel family weren't just characters on a page. They became a bridge between the Golden Age and modern storytelling. In 1987, Shazam: The New Beginning gave Billy a darker, modern spin. But it was Jerry Ordway's 1994 miniseries, The Power of Shazam, that finally stuck. A definitive post-crisis origin that blended Golden Age charm with a timeline that worked for DC. Ordway even explained that the Wizard's Shazam had slowed down time in Fawcett City since the 1940s, letting those classic adventures slot neatly into the modern DC universe. In the mid-90s, Jerry Ordway even introduced a future successor, a female Captain Thunder named Cece Beck, honoring the original artist who helped bring Billy Batson to life. Meanwhile, the name itself kept evolving. Since Marvel Comics had trademarked Captain Marvel, DC stuck with Shazam as the book's title. Over time, this led to confusion among casual fans, who assumed Shazam was the character's name. This confusion was laid to rest and became canon with DC's 2012 New 52 reboot, when Billy's heroic alter ego was officially renamed Shazam, a decision still debated by fans today. Beyond the page, Captain Marvel, now known as Shazam, leapt to live-action television in 1974. DC Comics, then partnered with CBS, brought the hero to life with Michael Gray as Billy Batson and Jackson Bostwick, later John Davey, portraying Captain Marvel. Their performances captured the hero's charm and earnestness, resonating strongly with audiences. The series ran for 3 seasons on CBS's Saturday morning lineup, from September 1974 to October 1976, following Billy as he traveled the country in a Dodge open-road motorhome, righting wrongs and helping those in need. The show left a lasting impression on fans, and decades later, a living bridge between the Golden Age comics and modern fandom. Through decades of legal battles, retcons, and reboots, one thing has always remained true. Billy Batson embodies the child who dares to dream and the hero we all hope to become. So what do you think? Was renaming Captain Marvel to Shazam the right move? What is your favorite portrayal of the character? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to dive deeper into the legend of Shazam, aka the original Captain Marvel, we've linked a curated reading list in the description. These characters we celebrate are more than just articulated plastic or art on a page. As Jack Kirby famously said, they're our modern mythos. So if you've enjoyed this deep dive, hitting that subscribe button and the Rock of Eternity bell would mean the world to the channel. And if today's journey sparked your curiosity, keep reading, keep exploring, and as always, happy hunting. And until next time, Shazam!